back to ESA Summer Online. We are raising money for Alzheimer Links to donate can be found below the stream. We would also like to thank Kaspersky, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now it's time for Rhythm to run Risk of Rain, a very hardcore and nice game. Good luck and take it away.
Alright, thank you. Hello. As I was kindly introduced, I'm Rhythm. With me is...
Hey, I'm Uziskul. I also run this game.
Yep. And yeah, we'll get right into it. So, we had a bid war for the player name, so if we can just confirm that it's Arby's %. That one?
Let me check 1 second real quick. Yes, it's ARBY capital letters and then S small letter and then %.
Okay, so by the community I was instructed to use controller buttons instead of the capital letters, so we'll do that.
Oh, alright.
So yeah, so first thing to mention is we're playing an online game. Technically, I'm gonna be playing alone, but it's just for like a little strat that we do throughout the run. Involves going into the menu, and when you're playing online, you pause the game. Yeah, we'll talk a bit about like everything else during the run, so I'm ready to go. I'll count down in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, and because this is a roguelike, we're gonna reset once to get a decent level layout, hopefully. Yeah, so I guess Uzi, if you want to talk a bit about
sure.
what we're looking for in the run.
Exactly. So this is Risk of Rain 1, the better Risk of Rain. On this game, basically as a speed game, we're just trying to find the teleport as fast as possible. And then during the duration of the teleporter, which on this difficulty it's 120 seconds, we are trying to get as many items as possible. We are trying to follow a item build that maximizes both our damage to kill the final boss as fast as possible, and also okay, nice, good luck.
Nice, okay.
And also to go fast, which mainly depends on this item Rhythm just picked up, which is the giant amethyst. We are abusing a glitch with this character, Bandit, in which when you smoke bomb, use a third ability, and then use the crystal and smoke bomb again, you get the speed boost from the smoke bomb, but it doesn't fade off. So basically we're just infinitely stacking speed, which is fast for a speedrun. And besides that, we also want, from the uncommon items, we want Hopoo feathers and jetpacks, hopefully. Both so we can move good throughout the stages, and also so we can do an out of bounds glitch to pop into Providence's room in the final stage. So we'll see that in a bit. Besides that, the itemization also includes items to deal damage, which are mainly from the common items. You have the rockets there that Rin just picked up, the fireworks, which allows us to clear the stage a bit easier. Because unlike Risk of Rain 2, in Risk of Rain 1, when you hit the teleporter, the timer always counts down, but you need to have all of the enemies cleared before you can move on to the next stage. So we want to have that so we can do it as fast as possible. We're also looking for items to maximize damage, so that would be these syringes that maximize our attack speed. And also for rare items, Rhythm is also going to pick up a dagger, so it's better for cleanup as well. And also some other items that basically you can clear bosses as fast as possible.
Yep. That should be about everything. Worth mentioning is I'm zooming out here, so the game lets you zoom out and zoom in basically however much you want, depends on your resolution. So I'm zooming out to search for the teleporter, because obviously when you're zoomed out more, the more you can see. I'm zooming back in when the teleporter has been activated. In normal attempts, you don't really do that. You keep it zoomed out for a bit longer, but since it can be hard to watch for a marathon, I'm taking a bit of a disadvantage just to make it more watchable.
Yeah, pretty much. In speedruns, you normally only see in a zoomed out state, so the character is like just a couple pixels wide.
Yep. I'm also zooming out
Also-
less than you would normally when looking for the teleporter.
Yeah. Ideally, you'd want to zoom out as much as possible so you can see the teleporter as fast as. But that also depends on the monitor's resolution, so that might not always be possible.
Yep, shout out to 4K monitors. Being able to zoom out like 5 times. Oh, I don't have another jump. Whoops. But yeah, you can very clearly see how much faster I'm going now than at the beginning due to the speed glitch Uzi mentioned earlier. And it's only gonna get faster.
The trick here is to try to go as fast as possible, but try also not to go too fast, because you can get to a point where you can go fast enough to clip into walls and also to not be able to hit any of the interactables. So that's a big no-no. So you want to go
Yeah.
fast, but you don't want to go too fast.
It's a game of control, really.
Yeah,
Oh,
also worth mentioning, in this game, as you probably saw before we started the run, there are artifacts. So we're running with a couple artifacts to basically go as fast as possible. We're running with Artifact of Glass, which gives us too much damage. Bosses are really just short work.
Yeah, 5
But
times
it also
the damage.
lowers... Exactly. But it also lowers our HP to only 1/10, so that's a risk. Also, to keep in mind, we are having the Artifact of Command, which is basically one of the most important ones, which lets us pick the items. The problem is it only lets us pick the items from the tier or the tier of the drop. So we have control over the items, we don't have control over the item tiers, which means we could just have a run where we don't get any rare items or not enough common items. And that's usually one of the issues with running this game.
Yeah, that's why I was so excited when I got an orange item at the start. That is
Exactly.
basically the key to starting a run, like a proper attempt. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's where a lot of attempts die, is just, oh, you didn't get an orange, that sucks.
Yeah, it's the major choke point of this game. Just speedrunning it casually. If you don't get an amethyst, you just reset.
Yep. But on a marathon, we can't really reset, so it's a good thing that I got it early. And yeah, with that, I think we explained most of the major things that are going on right now, so if you'd like to read something out, now is the perfect time.
Oh, that's great because I have plenty of donations
Oh.
waiting to be read out. I'll start with $5 from Furan, I believe, which says give emote %, and that went, of course, towards naming the player's name Arby's %. I also have $5 from Noise Police saying it was either this or Steely, and that donation is going towards naming the River City Ransom novice character Cecil, which can happen if we can beat Bruce with $50. So get the donations in because this run is going to happen in several hours. We also have Poker donating $5 and saying good luck, Kashka. Hope I pronounced your name
Thank you, Poker.
correctly.
Let's say that was close enough.
Oh, okay. And we also have $15 from the Superior Co-op partner saying the Risk of Rain community is cheering you on. Good luck. Thank you very, very much for all those donations. Keep them coming, folks.
Yep. Keep them coming. Shoutouts to Double Turbine, by the way.
Yeah, that was incredibly lucky. And you also had a good spawn, so
Yeah,
pretty good so far.
This has been a pretty good stage so far. So, now that I've amassed massive amounts of speed, I want to start looking for an orange item. Yeah, that's basically, like, top priority right now is obviously fast teleporters, but while I'm waiting out the teleport event, we wanna... Oh, nice. Yeah, we wanna get some... or a orange item, at least one.
Yeah, so orange items, used items, you can only get them on shops, shrines as well, and these larger capsules that sometimes appear, starting on the later stages. It's a somewhat low percent of appearing, but it's good enough, so let's hope Rhythm can get one. Ideally, we want a key, like she said, because as you can see, we have the fireworks, and one of the strats we use to kill Providence at the final stage is on his third phase, activating a bunch of chests that are just nearby with the key, because the key, the effect is you open every interactable within your screen, and the amount of fireworks just kills Providence.
Yeah, it's very flashy, and I would love to show it off. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, that is a nice teleporter.
That's a very nice teleporter, yeah.
Now I'm especially hoping for a oh, nice. For a firework, or not for a firework, for a key, because this could actually PB on the marathon. We'll see. Let's not call anything just yet. This level is pretty famous for having that one stray enemy like on the other side of the map, just
True.
ruining everything.
Not to mention the next stage could just has
Oh,
a
yeah.
1/3 chance of just wasting 45 seconds,
Yep.
which is
It's
not
fun.
good.
And I think we're not seeing an orange. Did you explain Artifact of?
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
didn't. Yeah, another artifact we're using also the one that you just saw, Artifact of Origin, which every 10 minutes spawns a nice nugget. Every 10 minutes it spawns an Imp Overlord, which drops an item. So it's pretty good for runs because it just gives you an extra item. There's also a strat that we could go for if we add enough use items, which doesn't seem to be the case, where you can use a stopwatch to completely stop the time at the 10-minute marker, and instead of just spawning one imp, you spawn 7 or 8, which is fun, because that's 7 or 8 items. And the other artifact we're also using is Artifact Spirit, I believe, which
Spirit.
which just makes every entity in the game, so both player and enemies, just travel faster at lower HP.
It's mostly the Artifact Spirit is mostly relevant for the early game. It doesn't really matter. Oh, cool. Okay, well,
Ooh, I have to mention
there
it.
goes the PB. Had to jinx
So, yeah.
it. So yeah, Risk of Rain, the final level, also named after the game. Wow, crazy. Has 3 spawns, and 2 of them are outside of the area, so you can just scale it from the back. And the top one is locked, so we have to wait out the 45-second timer. Should really be zoomed in.
Yeah, this top spawn is also a pretty big run killer if you're just running for attempts.
Yeah. It's not a big deal for a marathon, but when you're doing attempts and you get to the end of the run just to see this magnificent door, it's not very nice. Okay, so I'm actually gonna stray off the main path for a bit, just to look for an orange item, hopefully. Let's see. Keep containers. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Nice. The very last one.
Pretty lucky. Okay. So now we'll be doing the out of bounds strat, which basically when you go off screen in this game, it tries to put you back in like a default spawn. But it's not actually a teleport. It's a very fast movement to that spot. And funnily enough, by holding up, I can actually catch a ladder, like in the fast movement from point A to point B, and sort of stop the teleport. And yeah, get into the arena right away. And
So
here's
here we have the fireworks.
yeah, and time. Sorry, I was so focused on explaining the out of bounds that I didn't call time, but yeah. There we go. So yeah. Providence goes by really fast. I don't know if you saw a boss there, but I promise you there was one. Yeah. That was
Overall,
Risk
that
of
was
Rain.
that was a pretty fast run.
That was pretty good. I'm happy with that for ESA. Yeah. Good
Nice.
stuff. Shoutouts to the whole Risk of Rain community. You're all great. Yeah.
We are. And also a quick shout out to the Risk Array, because this game, even though it was released over at the 2013, I believe, it is still active. It still has a modding community. People are still working on it, unofficial patches and all. And yeah, just should check it out.
Yeah, and it's also better than the second game, so
Yes,
even
vastly.
more reason to check it out, right? So yeah. Thank you ESA for having me. Hope everyone enjoyed and look forward to, I believe next up is GTA London 1969. Yeah. Goodbye.
See you.
Well, before we
Oh.
let you go, thank you so much for that wonderful run. We want you to stay a little bit more because I have a quick donation to read.
Oh.
There is $5 from Aqua Z, I believe, saying
Oh.
Mooming. So it's referencing your lovely t-shirt. Thank you very much for that donation. You're indeed right. The next run is GTA London 1969. Yeah. This run was awesome. There are several more days of even, I don't know, exciting, amazing, wonderful runs. So keep watching us, keep donating, keep supporting our wonderful runners, give a follow, give shout outs. Yeah, we are going to a very short intermission and we'll be right back. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere.